Hello everybody, I'm Sharpened Blade, and this is the Baby Banter. Now I know what some of you may be thinking already. That is a small knife. I don't want a small knife. However, take a second and watch the video, or 2 seconds, or even however long this video is, and watch the video. You may change your mind. So, this is going to be fairly quick because I don't feel like this needs a huge review because let's just face it, this knife is awesome. So basically I'm just going to tell you why this knife is awesome. So if you want specs and size comparisons, they'll be at the end of the video, but right now we're just going to talk about what I like and what I don't like about the knife. But off the top of my head, I don't think there's anything I don't like about it. So a good place to start would be the Ergos, because that's what most people would be concerned with a small knife. First we'll talk about where I bought the knife. I bought this knife from Integrity Knives. You can buy this knife from Integrity Knives when they have them back in stock, which they will. They have said that they have a lot more coming, so just be patient. But they will have them in stock again. Now, what is the price they're asking for these? $89.99 Canadian. You can use discount code SHARPENEDBLADE to get 10% off of that price, or any other knife on their website too, or any other accessory, or yada yada yada. I'll leave a link to Integrity Knives website in the description below, where you can find this knife, and which again not currently in stock, and anything else that they have on their website where you can use my code to get 10% off. Now, Ergos. I don't know if you've watched my unboxing or not, but I was completely blown away with how nice the Ergos are in this knife. Now, if you hold the knife here for some reason, you'll get three knives. You'll get 3 fingers on it, which is okay. You know, it's not, I don't think it's meant to be held back that far, but if you wanted to, you could. I wear a medium-sized glove, just to give you a point of reference. Now, I find it is definitely, you can use it like this, but it's definitely made to be choked up. Use the finger choil, and this is a very nice feeling knife in hand for the size of it. Keep in mind, it's not going to be the most amazing ergos you've ever felt in a knife, but as far as the overall size goes, it's really nice. It's really surprising how nice it feels in hand. There is some jimping right there in the finger choil, which is not super aggressive, but it does work. And then you have nice jimping, really nice jimping up here on the top of the blade. Now that, again, it's not super aggressive, but it does work quite well. It really locks your thumb in there. And then you can do, close-up work like this with your finger on the tip of the blade. Now, the pocket clip. Not a hot spot at all. Mind you, I didn't cut down a tree or anything like that, so I didn't use it super hard, but I've used it quite a bit. Cardboard has been shredded to pieces with this knife. Lots of tape and paper. By no means hard use, but never caused an issue. This pocket clip does not hinder the ergonomic experience whatsoever. And it's nice and deep carry. So, with recessed screws, yeah. So it's very easy to get in and out of the pocket. And even though on a lot of knives, the fact that this kind of, at the end of the pocket clip, it ramps up a little bit and doesn't flatten out, usually that does cause a problem. But for my hands, it doesn't at all. Now you might have a different experience if your hands are smaller or bigger than mine, but for me, it just fits really nice in the hand. For options, you have this with the blue thumb studs. You have blue G10 with like a black wash blade. You have purple G10 with the same black wash blade. This is more of a grayish wash, like a very heavy stone wash. This is the only version that comes with this finish on the blade. The other ones are the black wash. Probably an easier way to say that. But yeah, anyway, so you have black with the black, purple with the black, and blue with the black. So, and then you have this black with the stone wash. So anyways, whew. So you have nice options available to you. Now it's got a Nitro V blade steel, which, like I say, I've been using it quite a bit. It has dulled a little tiny bit. It came screaming sharp out of the box, and now it's just like slightly screaming sharp. I noticed it dulled a little bit, but really not that much. It's held a really nice edge, and the edge, let's see if you can, the grind on it is done extremely well. It's super even. They did an excellent job on the edge of this knife. Hope it shows up okay on camera. Yeah, it looks alright, I guess you can kind of tell. It's hard to pick up. It's so thin. It's kind of hard to pick it up on camera. It's not really going to give you much an idea there, but it's a super thin, really nice and thin, slicey blade. So it's got a drop point blade shape. It's a flat grind. Like I say, it has that stonewash finish on it. It's super slicey. It's so thin, it's crazy slicey. Such a joy to use this knife. Now another important thing is the action. Now a lot of times, I don't know if you notice that right there, when you get a smaller knife, listen, okay, before I start, listen to how nice that is. That sounds, the detent on this is so nice. I mean, I know that's not the detent there, but it's got a nice sound when it locks up, and it's got a nice sound when it locks, you know, with the detent, when it shuts. But yeah, a lot of the times with a smaller knife and a small light blade, the action suffers a little bit. But with this, it just fires out like crazy, and it's really drop shutty considering how light that blade must be. So you got thumb studs. You can use your thumb on the thumb studs. Who'd have thunk it? Works really well like that. You can also use your middle finger. Now, my hands are kind of messed up a little bit from arthritis, but you can use you can reverse flick it with your middle finger. You just gotta I have to keep this finger out of the way. But it's a little awkward for me, but it does work. If you have normal hands, you probably won't have as much difficulty with it. I prefer to use just the blade itself when I open the knife up. Sometimes my fingernail slips off a little bit, but it works really well. It is so satisfying. It's a great knife to fidget with. It's a pleasure to carry because it is so small. It's a pleasure to use because it's super slicey. It holds an excellent edge. It's very ergonomic for the size of it. Now, this knife, I should have mentioned this earlier, is designed by Ben Petersen, who you might recognize from Blade HQ's videos. He always used to say, "What is up, guys?" I'm not going to try to do an impression of him. But he left Blade HQ, and he's now started his own company called NAFSCO. He's done all kinds of stuff. I'll leave a link to his website as well. He and his wife, they're really knocking out the products. Crazy good products. I haven't experienced many of them myself, but just from seeing them in the community, they do such a great job. So I'll leave a link to their website in the description as well. Make sure you check them out. Final thoughts on this knife. Now, you might be thinking, but the price, it's a small knife, and it's $90 or $81 with your discount. It's too expensive. I kind of thought it was expensive at first too. trying to get away from smaller knives. I want to get into, I like bigger knives. They just feel more comfortable in the hand. So when I saw this come out, I was like, I don't know if I want to get another small knife. Am I going to actually use it? And it's $90. Is it really going to be worth that to me? Long story short, yes, of course. You could use this as a primary knife. Don't even worry about it being a secondary knife. Like, unless you have like huge hands and you like a lot bigger knives. If you have just like medium, especially if you have small hands, but if you have medium, kind of into larger a little bit hands, this could actually be a very nice usable knife for most of your EDC uses. So don't be turned off by the price. For what you're getting, it's a Civivi, right? So the build quality, I'll just kind of show the knife a little bit more. I don't think I showed a whole lot of details about the knife. The build quality is fantastic. It's a typical Civivi build. So the quality's there, the fit and finish is there. It's Nitro V. I don't have much experience with Nitro V, but I do know that it's not a very common blade steel for folders. So it's nice to see that, something different. And it's been holding an excellent edge for me. So I'm very impressed with that. And plus, you're helping support a really cool guy who loves to wear Crocs. But you're helping support a guy that's become a huge part of the knife community. And quite frankly, I think he deserves your support. Before I start rambling on too much about this, just a couple of other things I want to mention. You've got standoffs here in the back. You've got lanyard hole there. Now you've got a liner lock with, now it's kind of chamfered a bit, the blade's chamfered a bit, but you have about, let me have a closer look at this, about 30-35% lockup on that. It's kind of hard to tell, like I say, the shadows and the chamfer that's done on the blade, but liner lock. Now you just have a liner on this side. It's not a full liner, it's just where the liner lock basically is. And then on the show side, it's just G10. But on a small knife like this, you're not going to get any kind of flexibility with that. This is a solid knife. Overall, super impressive knife. I love it. It's got T8 screws everywhere. And overall, it's just impressive. It's an impressive knife. Make sure you pick one up because it's worth every penny. And if you go to Integrity Knives and buy one from them, be sure to use discount code SharpenBlade. It really helps out the channel. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and we're going to put some specs up here. And then we're going to do some size comparisons. So we have the Mylea, and we have the Rat Model 2. We have the Jin. We have the Rhea. Well, that should do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.